Hello, and welcome to another episode of Aussie Pomcast, where we bring you all the best news from the UK and some rubbish news and a bit of nonsense chat, basically. Nat, here again. Hello,
yeah.
How are you?
Here again, yeah, good, thanks, yeah. Up the duff. We have to talk about it, don't we?
You're breaking it.
Yeah, well, how else do I say it?
I don't know.
It's pretty obvious now, isn't it? I'm getting further and further away from this microphone.
I really wasn't expecting you to break it like that.
Well, there we go. Yes, I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Yes, I can't cover it up anymore. It's here. That's it. I don't want to be someone that talks about that all the time. So let's move on.
Okay. Wow.
Olivia NewtonJohn. We got to start off talking. We cannot ignore an icon like this. Now, when you think of Australia, you think Kylie, you think, Sydney Opera House, and you think Olivia Newton-John. I mean, she was born in the UK. Yeah. However, moved over here when she was young. And look, obviously, clearly an icon for a big chunk of her 73 years, and unfortunately has died after a very long battle with cancer. So very sad news to wake up to the other day. Yeah,
and she's one of those people that's British. Well, that it is British, but it's more Australian, and one of those people that we'd actually like to claim, but we can't because she's very much Australian, I think.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, an absolute icon, and most well remembered for Greece, obviously, but. 100 million albums sold, Grammys, she did a lot, basically.
Failed Eurovision attempt, but we won't talk about that. She didn't win Eurovision. Okay. She got beaten by ABBA.
How many goes have you had at Eurovision?
Well,
Yeah, cool. Anyway, iconic, obviously. So a lot of the, news coverage, a lot of the newspapers, all of that has been very much about her in the last couple of days.
Did you do Grease at a school play when you were kids? Because I feel like everybody did this at their school.
Yeah,
were you in it?
No, I don't think I was.
I auditioned to be Sandy in Grease.
Yeah.
And I didn't get in.
You got the part of the chair.
No, I was a bell ringer in the band. Which says everything about my rendition of Hopeless We're Devoted.
Everybody remembers the bell ringer in Grease.
Yeah, I was the best bell ringer there was.
Yeah, exactly.
It's incredibly sad. However, Richard Madeley has, of course, done a Richard. And... absolutely put his foot in it. Now, we've got to talk about this. It was on Good Morning Britain, so those of you who don't know, he's on that now. This morning's been and gone.
Yeah, ages ago, about 15 years ago, wasn't
Richard
it?
and Judy have moved on. Richard's doing Good Morning Britain, which is where Piers Morgan used to be, which tells you everything about how PC we are. Mm-hmm. And he's made some more off-colour comments. He seems to do this every week on something, but this time about Olivia Newton-John, and just hours after the news broke. Yeah. While people were waking up to the news, like, come on, mate. Like, we got to watch this video.
Let's have a little
explains it all.
I wish I'd met her. I wish I'd interviewed her. It never happened. It was a real... I always regretted it, actually, as the years went by. But that publicity picture, I don't know if you can see it at your end. Let's just show it again, the one of her in the denim shirt. There's a picture we're showing here. It was a very famous poster of her in the 1970s. She's just looking at the camera. She's backlit by sunshine. Her hair's down. She's wearing a denim shirt. And I was saying earlier in the programme that poster was on the wall of the radio station that I used to work in back in the 70s. And it used... And I'm not exaggerating, it basically stopped traffic in the corridor. It was up there for months. And even after months, the guys would stop and just look at it and just sort of get lost in her beauty. And I would have loved to have told her that.
So there we go. Stopped traffic in the corridors, it seems.
Yeah, I know. Imagine like having those conversations beforehand and going, here's a woman that has, she sold 100 million copies of her albums. She's been on probably the most generationally iconic film ever. She's been in other films that everybody knows, Xanadu. She's won Grammys. She's had some attempts at Eurovision.
Yeah.
And then just going, yeah, but I'm going to talk about my experience.
Yeah. She's a bit of all right, isn't she?
Because I had a poster of her at the office. Honestly, just stop talking.
Just cringe.
There was two moments as well.
Wish he'd interviewed her, though. Wish he'd interviewed her so he could tell her what
a
creep he'd been.
Yeah, but also, that's the worst thing about it is, here's someone I've never met before. It's not like, here's my experience of knowing her. He's never even met her before. Later on, he asks, again, someone they bring on to talk about their relationship with her, and he just goes, she's just so attractive. And it's just, God, stop talking.
Oh, just stop, Richard.
Stop talking.
You see, I think we've put up with Richard for a long time, haven't we?
Oh, God,
and we've put up with a lot of this over the decades. I remember it used to be Sick Day TV did this morning, didn't it? When you bunked off school, you'd have to lie on the couch and watch Richard and Judy all morning. And I mean, he's always been a bit like that. But he's sort of getting a bit unacceptable now.
He made a career for 20 years out of patronising his wife on TV. So, I mean, the fact that he's still going is pretty remarkable.
He's not been cancelled yet. And you know what? I mean, you know about the rumours that he's, Alan Partridge is all based off him.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising at all. But there's one comment on Twitter that said this is probably the most Partridge I've ever seen him.
Look, if you ever needed a room reading, don't ask him to do it. It's just not good. Not good.
It's just all kinds of cringe and also a little bit creepy. So, Richard, think on, please don't bring him on anytime somebody iconic dies again.
Yeah, I know.
Just give him a break.
Yeah,
give
him the day off. Yeah, exactly.
You can have the day off and you can watch This Morning.
Yeah, exactly. Talking of cringe, and I don't care, obviously, as standard.
You totally do care.
Yeah, I don't care.
You brought this up, so
I don't care. But the whole Meghan's birthday thing, is that awkward? Is it cringy? Do you think
it is a bit awkward? Yeah, so it's Meghan's 41st birthday.
That's not what's cringy,
no,
by the way. We're not saying that 41 is the most cringe-worthy year. Yeah, exactly.
No, we're talking about the fact that, when it's somebody's birthday, everybody reads into what's posted on Instagram because that's the way it works, right?
Yep.
And so Kate and Wills have put a picture up. Charles and Camilla have put a picture up. Firstly, similar picture, and it's a picture from an event that they all attended together publicly. The only event that they did attend publicly during the Queen's Jubilee, which a lot of people have read into saying, well, this shows that they haven't spent a lot of time together.
But everybody
it's the
knows
one
that,
and only
don't they?
event. It would have been nice for them to show a bit more of a candid photo, but it's all a very formal image. And then there's also the fact that the royal family account, the Queen's account, I don't know whether she's there on Insta checking her stories.
I don't think she is, no.
Hitting a few likes, hitting up your DMs.
She's TikTok now, isn't she?
She's TikTok, can you imagine? Queen coming at you. Anyway, the Queen did not wish a happy birthday publicly on Instagram. Now, is that awkward? I don't know, but I do kind of think there is an element of where does this end? Right? She starts with
soon, hopefully.
Don't say that.
We stopped talking about who's done what on Instagram. Don't care.
But she's not a working member of the royal family anymore. Does the Queen start wishing every Tom, Dick, and Harry happy birthday? Well, Harry, yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, but not Meghan. And look, I can kind of see it. I mean, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. Yeah. Yeah, and also it's just a bit interesting.
Also, the whole that they use the same photo. They haven't seen each other really in the past year and a half since she had, she's got 2 very young children and she lives in a different country.
And there's been the Rona.
Yeah, and there's been the Rona, all that kind of stuff. So, of course, they haven't seen that much of each other. They were at one event. They probably only took a handful of photos that they can use. It's not like they're going to use the one where she's eating and she's got, cauliflower down her chin. No one's going to actually use a candid photo on Instagram.
It would be worse if she'd done a no makeup selfie, wouldn't it?
The Queen just posts a no makeup selfie of
Meghan
on
in
Instagram.
The background.
Happy birthday.
Here we are at Pizza Express in Woking.
Yeah, exactly. Not going to happen. It's just normal. It's fine. Let's not read into it.
Oh, there we go, but we will read into it because that's what we do. Any road, we've got to talk about this one because this is probably my funniest story of the week. And we can say it's funny because the guy's okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So this is a builder who's been knocked unconscious by a flying bottle of pee. So it was dropped from a 50-metre crane, it seems, allegedly. So a witness has gone and told this newspaper, argus.co.uk, online publication, and they've and newspaper.
Cool.
It's a thing, thanks. Right? And anyway, they've said that this person has clearly peed into a bottle while they're out in a crane. Where else would you go? I don't know, right?
Just go before.
But launched it out of the window. Now that's a fatal mistake. Well, not fatal because he's not killed him, right? But he's launched it out of the window. Assuming it's a he, could be a she. Anyway, launched out the window. It's hit a builder, and the guy's gone to hospital with neck injuries. Pretty bad. You just do not want to have to explain that in A&E, do you?
Probably not.
Yeah.
And
what happened?
And you're right. Look, he's fine. He was knocked unconscious, which is obviously pretty bad, but he is fine now. But what I don't really understand, and I don't think anybody really got to the bottom of, is whether or not it was intentional or not.
Well, I mean, where else would you go when you're in that situation?
Not that bit. I'm assuming weeing into a bottle was intentional.
Accidentally doing it.
I don't think anybody's accidentally got it.
I mean, I'm assuming it's a bloke because it would be very difficult to do as a female.
I mean the actual getting rid of the bottle from the crane. Was that intentional or was it not?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to sit in a crane with a bottle of pee, would you? I mean, it depends how long his shift is.
I don't know, but nothing good has ever come from chucking urine from 50 metres, has it? So I don't know. No, what I'm saying is I don't know whether or not it was like a prank gone wrong or whether or not he's
it wouldn't surprise me
just dropped it off the edge and hoping. I know, yeah. Well, I mean, look, we don't work in that environment, so we don't really understand the kind of antics. But as I said, nothing good has ever come from throwing wee from 50 metres from a crane.
No, funny that.
I mean,
it would have been easier if he'd have just gone out of the window. Because, I mean, it would have been messier.
That would have been much worse.
But fewer injuries. So
much worse, in my opinion.
Occupational hazard, is it, being a builder? God. I mean, do you reckon, though, the boss pulled him into the office and went, "Oh,
you can't
trouble.
Chuck bottles of urine. You're in trouble. We've had a wee accident." I don't know.
It's amazing. Oh, look, good old Sussex police investigating that one, which I can imagine whoever gets that one dropped on the desk just goes, "Well, this is what my career's come to, guys."
It's a slippery slope.
Well, I mean, let's just go straight on to the heat wave here, right?
Okay, because you can't think of a segue from wee to heat wave.
How do we get from peeing to hot weather? Anyway, here we are. UK is set for yet another heat wave. It's going to get very warm. Bit George Michael, bit wham. And down south, it's going to be particularly hot, up to 35 degrees.
I know. Which I know that it got to 40, but still 35 degrees in the context of England is still very, very high.
Yeah,
and
shirts will be off.
And we know that earlier this year that they actually changed the measurement by what was declared a heat wave. So it's actually gone higher now because of climate change and global warming. So it's actually got to hit a higher mark for it to be considered a heat wave. So for it to hit a heat wave for the second time in less than a month, it's obviously going through a very hot period. I mean, July was the driest on record ever since records began. And, from November to July this year, it's something like the hottest 8-month spell in sort of 50 years or something. So
well, up north, I've just looked at the forecast and
it's 12.
It's going to be warm, I think like 20s, but it's also going to piss it down. So
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be living in the north if it wasn't pissing it down.
So we're still going to get a bit of rain up north. So it's not going to be everywhere. But it is funny, though, the attitude that's changed, because before it used to be, oh, it's hot, isn't it wonderful? It's going to be warm. Let's get excited. Now it's like, oh, it's been 40 degrees. No. Please don't let it happen again.
No, you haven't lived in England for long enough, for a long enough period of time, I don't think.
Go on.
Everybody whinges about it when it's hot.
We always whinge.
We whinge when it's cold and we whinge when it's hot.
Oh, I won't get excited. I mean, it's a chance to go. It's like you don't have to go on holiday.
Yeah, but...
Because you only go for the sun, right?
Yeah, but you also go for the air conditioning.
This is true.
Don't get any of that.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's going to be uncomfortable overnight for a lot of people. A lot of people probably going to end up working from home. We're going to have all of that again.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, enjoy, because it's raining here and we've had Stormageddon. So I'm going to say we're a little bit jealous, but then we do get 6 months of it over here.
Yeah.
And the country is built for it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, we do have air conditioning, so, sucks to be you, sorry. Well, I mean, one guy that's probably not going to want a holiday in a very long time, however, is this young lad who's been bitten by, this is horrible,
I know.
Horrible, bitten by sharks while he's in the Bahamas.
3 sharks?
Yeah, this is horrendous, like mould, and some of the sensationalist headlines that have come out of this, and I know I'm on to talk, right, in my job, but my God, I mean, this is, like, the press have had a field day with this. So this is, it sounds like... reading between the lines, quite well off family. They've gone on a lovely little holiday to the Bahamas.
I think if a family of 4 goes to the Bahamas and they go on a £200 a head trip for the day, they're doing it. Yeah,
they've gone island hopping, and as you do, and they've done this whole swimming with pigs thing as part of it.
Yeah, I didn't really get that.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Nick Kyrgios did it.
Did he?
Yeah, very recently. Anyway. As part of it, people were looking over the boat at the sharks, and some people started launching the shark.
I know.
So put your leftovers in the water. It's not like feeding the ducks. These are sharks, guys. It's not like feeding the ducks down the canal. Like, think about what you're doing here. Throwing like the sarnies and whatnot into
honestly,
this cheese and pickle sarnies at the bloody shark.
Just to interject, because I saw this recently as well, where everybody was stood on the banks of a beach somewhere. I can't remember where it was. Sorry, but just feeding alligators. It's like,
as you do.
These animals will kill you the first opportunity they get.
What if they're getting fed?
Well, that's not really how. I don't think they go. Oh,
don't fancy human today. Bit full.
Knackered from all that other food you
cheese and pickles fill me up, but thanks. And this lad's jumped in not long after, and even the child's own parents have said, "Look, it was his fault. But
No, they haven't. No,
they
he was told to jump in by the tour operator.
They said he shouldn't have been in there. And
No, but like the tour operator said you can get in, and people by the side are feeding the sharks.
And so he jumped in anyway, and poor lad, he's copped a load of horrible wounds. There's been horrible pictures of them floating around. And luckily there was a nurse on board who was able to help and sort of give him emergency first aid and get him, when he got to hospital, he's actually fine. Yeah. But awful wounds.
Also, his 12-year-old sister, his older sister, was the one that managed to jump in and drag him out of the water. So, I mean, there was a nice element to it, sort of.
Yeah. She jumped into shark-infested water. That's lovely.
To save her brother.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
My sister wouldn't do it for me.
Give me another kick.
Feed him more.
Horrible, like nightmare story. Proves it doesn't just happen in Australia. It can happen other places too. I think puts a lot of people. I get asked that a lot about people coming out here. Yeah, about, the sharks and everything. Oh, there's a lot of sharks over in WA. And it is a thing, but to be honest, I've never encountered one.
No.
I've been in the ocean a lot. Used to do surfing back in the day before I was rubbish.
I probably wouldn't go to Cottesloe Beach every weekend if people were like stood on the banks just...
No, people don't throw sandwiches at me, though, funnily enough.
At the great whites.
You don't see that happen here. No, I don't see people going to Cottesloe and just throwing sarnies off. But, but it's not... Like I say that, famous last words, but he doesn't seem to be massively...
No, he looks okay. He's going to be fine, I think. Yeah. So that's good.
People are not okay, however.
Very good.
Go on.
I was going to say basically the same thing, so thanks for doing that. Oh, God, that's a terrifying...
That's a gob and a half, isn't it, that we're
for those
looking
listening,
at
we're just looking at a massive pair of gnashers on a TV. It's quite big. But anyway, so this is a story that actually... It's a pretty brutal story, really, in terms of just... kind of show you the condition of, some things are in at the moment in the UK. But so 90% of all dentists in the UK are now saying they don't have capacity to take on new patients.
This is not surprising. It's always been a nightmare. And I know we cop a lot of jokes from Australians about bad teeth and all that. It's hard to get in a dentist in the UK, I will say that much.
Well, so obviously this is NHS wise. So obviously you can pay a fortune to go and see one privately. But no, exactly. So, but to go and see one on the NHS, 9 out of 10 won't take you. And this isn't a small survey. This is a BBC-led survey that covered 7,000 different dental practices in the UK. So we're not talking, 9 in 10. But and of those very small proportion that actually is taking new patients, some have said that you might have to wait 5 years for registration. So we'll take you as a new patient, but we can't see you for 5 years.
Not good if you're in a lot of pain. And that's the thing, is it's becoming like a DIY situation for a lot of people who cannot wait for an appointment. So,
So that's the consequence.
The old tactics about, how you pull your teeth out.
And people are actually doing it. People are getting pliers and putting them in the mouth and pulling out their own teeth because they're in so much pain and they can't see a dentist.
Anyway, tying bits of tie a bit of dental floss and shut a door. Which one did you do when you were a kid?
It just made me want to swallow my own face.
What did you do when you were a kid? I had an older brother,
so he would push me. Rattle me until
I were a bit of a wuss. I never did out like that. But yeah, look, I've heard some awful stories. People kicking footballs with string attached to the teeth and all sorts. Some horrendous ones.
God.
But there's going to be a lot of that DIY happening. Look, it's not good, is it? It doesn't help our reputation, does it, for having bad teeth over in the UK?
Not really, no.
Well, there we go. I mean, it's miserable news.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
Death, dying, heat waves, shark attacks. You're welcome, guys.
Misogynist. It's perfect week.
Let's talk about your favourite, the sport.
The sports.
The Premier League is back.
Yeah. Well, we go to the Commonwealth Games first.
Oh yeah. We've got to talk about that. That's happened. It's been and gone.
It's been and gone. And let's pretend that we didn't last week say that England would catch Australia in the medal table.
Yep.
Because they didn't. Australia won yet again. But no, look, it was a very good effort from both. Both led the table kind of 1 and 2. So, massive kind of fortnight for both of those teams. But everybody's talking about the closing ceremony. Look at him, Ozzy Osbourne.
He's still kicking around, isn't
he? Remarkable. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was actually pretty good. Like he's 73 years old.
He's all right, isn't he?
Like he had a major back operation in June. He's obviously been diagnosed with Parkinson's in the last couple of years, and to get up in front of that stadium and belt it out, like
edge. There's no slowing down Ozzy Osbourne, is there?
But yeah, look, it was a remarkable performance. I actually thought it was very, very good. I was quite impressed by it. But great way to end what was a very good couple of weeks. I really enjoyed the Commonwealth Games.
It was good
nice
fun.
Nice to have some different sport on.
Yeah, good, but nice to have also the football back.
Oh, it's great to have the Premier League back, especially if you're a Tottenham fan. top of the league. It might be only for 1 week, but
enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get me wrong. I am not getting overexcited by it because I've supported them for too long and it's going to end very shortly. But
typical pessimist, Bates. We're not talking about Huddersfield either at the moment.
You're garbage.
No, we're not having the best year. It's going to be a rough season for us, I think. I don't think I'll be flying back for any games this time round. However, look, I mean, it's been very nice to have everybody's company, but I'm sure we better let them get off and enjoy some of this heat wave off you over here. Wrap up warm. Thanks very much, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.